Hello, I'm Brian C. Mears, and this is Beneath the Dot, a little series where we dive into the details about what goes into my artwork. Today, I'd like to introduce a brand new piece. I just finished it over the weekend, and we're very excited to share it with you. It's called Anthology. Now, before we actually get to the piece itself, I want to tell you the backstory about where it came from. So about a year and a half ago, a couple of friends of mine approached me and said, why don't we make a light language conference? Okay. Never put together a conference before. Only recently presenting myself as somebody who does light language. I've hidden it in my artwork for many years and slowly integrating it into my practice at work. And went, sure, sounds like a great growth, great learning opportunity. And over the course of the creation time, lots of frustrations, lots of trials and tribulations, some cosmic sense of humor. Everything comes together, and eventually, May 30th and through June 1st, about a week and a half ago from filming of this, of 2025, we're able to actually produce and present the Light Language Conference. There were 17 presenters. Everybody had about an hour to be able to say how they got into light language, their understanding of it, what it means to them. And as a part of that, I also was one of the presenters who got to be able to show off some of my artwork. Now, as a side story to this, there is one of the other presenters. Her name is Patricia. She's written quite a few books about light language, and she's in the process of writing another one, and she's wanting a whole bunch of co-authors, 13 people in total, to be able to talk about their experiences with light language, how they got into it, what their activations look like, what it feels like, their understandings about what this unique form of activation and healing happens to be for them and their practice and how it fits into their life. It's great. Honored to be able to write a chapter for that. And by the way, I asked, do you happen to have any artwork for the cover yet? And she did not. So I offered. She took up the commission, sort of a commission. I don't know what it really was. And we managed to put it together, and here's what Anthology looks like. It's a series of 13 orbs that are going around a nautilus shell. They're all spiraled in amongst each other, and each one of those orbs is actually channeled light language that I didn't channel. I actually drew most of this during the Light Language Conference, which is why I started off the story with that. See, most of the people that were speaking were also part of this book. And so as they were doing their channeling and doing their presentation, I was filling in the light codes based on the frequency that they were putting off. We had an opportunity on the third day of the conference to actually do a little bit of a show and tell while I was taking some questions and answers. And I turned my webcam down, focused it on the piece of paper, and just started drawing as different people would come on and they would ask questions or they would share their light language, and turned it into really a compilation not only of the people who are in the book, but of the entire conference itself. Now, each one of these orbs has a different color. They have different light language styles within it, which lines up with the frequency that was there as far as the person who was speaking when I put it. And then the little wispy tendrils, sort of ribbon, sort of smoke, not exactly sure what it is, but they all circle back into the center. And the reason I chose this design is because the title of the book is Light Language Anthology. And it's talking about the ancient wisdom and how we're all connected back to a time before we had individualized language. And so each one of these goes into the spiral. Each one of the orbs becomes part of the whole, part of the history, part of the energetic expression of what light language is. So as we dive deeper into these, and we'll just go ahead and I'll pan around each one of these orbs real quick so we can get a look at those. Roughly there's a rainbow, but you'll notice there's some brown and there's some black and some white. Different couple shades of red, so it wasn't truly like a rainbow color that we're going with. Just looking for the broadest expression of light, visible light, as possible to be able to mirror the light language itself, which is in a frequency that the human mind is still trying to understand. On top of all of that, there's also small little pieces of light language that's coming off of those ribbony, smoky things that are going into the spiral itself. And then as we work towards the center of the spiral, there's some golden petals. So the whole piece is very illuminated. It actually vibrates to be able to see it in person. And about half an hour or so, I'm about to go take it to the scanner to go have this professionally scanned, to have the color corrected, so that we can have it presented both for the book, and we'll be placing that on my website as soon as we get it back as well. What does this piece mean to me? This piece is a reminder of this deeper connection that we all have to the past, to those that have gone before us, those that have come before us, our ancestors, both within the DNA of the actual ancestry line and just the ancestry of human, the expansiveness of the human experience on this planet as we all try to figure out who are we and how do we fit into this space and what does it look like and who am I supposed to be outside of what society has told me to be. There's this weaving and this gentle, and as each one of these orbs has a different way that it connects to the Nautilus spiral, there's the unique expression fitting into the expression of the whole, and it goes everything from the view of the individual to the view of the observer to the view of the witness, and further out. As it goes in, it also comes out. This piece actually will flip depending upon how you look at it, as far as the shell will look concave, and sometimes it looks convex, and that's actually one of my favorite pieces of all of that. I do love the teeny tiny little details that went into the whole space. It was entirely based on pointillism, so it's all made out of dots. And even the light language codes, while I write them out as they're flowing from the pen, I went back and I stippled most of them. So there's a real pointillism piece to this, and I love the space that when you view it from afar, it's all one happy harmonious piece, and when you zoom into it you can see it's not truly pixelation because it's not digital, but you can see the individual points, the individual dots of ink that bring the entire piece together. I was asked by somebody to actually do a light language channeling based on this, and I normally don't do that in this type of a venue. I save that for the other light language, other portion of this channel. But since it's been asked, I absolutely can oblige. So if everyone can take just a moment, center yourself within your heart, and let's connect to the ancestors. Let's connect to that which connects us all. People that we know, grandma, granddad, mom, dad, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, and people that we may have seen in our history, we may have learned about in a book, but never really connected with them and their humanity. We all have a similar heart. It's a vortex. It's moving all of us through this world. And so let's listen to that sacred space you have inside of your chest as a channeling comes through for this piece. Shimorokota shinitiga morokota haite tamaraka shinata morokota shinina rakata morokatai shanata morai sharakata kamarakata shinata ramarakatai namarakatai kaimira shininu morokoto to shinata karakata mohotai shinata kamorota kasarati moroko tarasarakata moroko siriti shanata ramarakota morokoto rokoto moko siti sitikita morokoto Kaimera Sudako Shinina at the Motai, Shinina at the Morocco, Tirina at the Morocco Tai Shinida, Tishina Tushina, Tomorocota Shinata Mohaite, Shanata, Kamarakatamara, Tamata, Tama, Ramoko, Toshiri, Tiri, Keta Kamoko. Shimuru, Morocco, Shinidi, Teramorotai, Tararamoto, Shinina, Taramoroco, Tarata Shini, Taratamo. Kai marakoto morokoto shiririta marata maratata ningana morokoto shiririta. Kai marakoto moroko. Shishi netara moroko parakata dish nakalomoko moko dish nata. Kamarata toto. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Beneath the Dot. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Please like, share, subscribe, and be well. And please illuminate brilliantly. Goodbye, my friends.